Your Honor?
Yes.
The lawyers have said they're ready when we are, when everyone else is.
Let's bring them up.
Yeah, if if I forget to reference some evidence, let me know.
Alright, ladies, let's make a move.
Yeah, let's do it.
Alright, I will...
We heading off to court?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Fuck yeah. Let's get out of the cell, that'll be beautiful.
Alright.
Let's just unlock the door here.
Antoine, are you coming?
Guess I'm not attending the court case. And
May members of Melbourne Police please lock all the doors at this time.
Never mind.
The last thing we need is an unscheduled surprise. Alright, to ask all members of this court to turn their microphone on to shout, just so you can all hear me and I can hear you. Alright, counsels, are we ready to proceed?
The defense is ready.
Prosecutor's ready.
Very well. Call coming to order on the 7th of February 2025 at 11:33 p.m. in the case of the Crown v. Gao. Could the prosecution counsel chair please approach the stand? Before we begin, can you just state your full name for the record?
Jesse Helfin Jr.
Mr. Helfin, please, as the prosecution, lay out the charges you allege against Mr. Cow in your indictment.
The charges we alleged are going to be facing is going to be attempted murder, indictable offence of an emergency worker, ×1. Indictable possession, carriage, use of a category H handgun without license / unregistered firearm, ×2. Indictable discharge of firearm in public place, ×1. Indictable possession, carriage, trafficking, or use of drug dependent / psychotic substance, commercial quantity, ×1. Indictable engage in police pursuit / evade police, ×2. Indictable failure to abide by a firearm prohibition order, tier 2, ×1. Indictable kidnapping of EMS / police, ×2. Indictable aiding and abetting, ×1. Indictable entering a place without authority or lawful excuse, or trespassing government property, ×1. Indictable assault on a frontline / protected worker, ×1.
Very well, you may return to your desk. Could the lead defense counsellor approach the stand?
Bonjour, Your Honor.
Bonjour, can you please state your full name for the record?
My name is François Leblanc, and my aide counsel is Antoine Leblanc.
Monsieur LeBlanc, can you please, on behalf of your client, respond to your enterings of plea, whether it be guilty or not guilty, and I will begin as such.
Of course.
Count 1, indictable. Attempted murder of an emergency worker on duty, ×1. How does your client plead?
My client pleads innocent.
That shall be entered as not guilty. On count 2 and 3 of the indictment, possession, carriage, or use of a category H handgun without a license / unregistered firearm, ×2. How does your client plead?
Not guilty. And Your Honor, to save time, you may wish to consider his plea not guilty for all of the listed charges.
Very well. You may return back to your desk. Could the prosecution please approach the stand and deliver their opening statements in their indictment against the accused?
Can you hear me?
can indeed.
Confirm. Your Worship, today, 7th of
A
the 2nd, 2025, we pledge that Jai Gao is guilty to the following charges. Pending our sufficient evidence dating back from the 3rd of the 2nd, 2025, again dating all the way up to today, with the scenes that have occurred throughout these 4 days.
Is that all?
That is all,
Mr.
sir.
No worries. You may return back to your desk. Could the defense lawyer please approach the stand? You may lay out your opening statements in relation to the charges against your client.
Of course. Merci, Your Honor. And thank you as well for everyone attending. It's good to see everyone in force. We will be arguing that the prosecutor has not considered the state of mind of our client and the people that he is surrounding himself with. And we believe that once the evidence has been reviewed, it's clear that he is innocent for a number of reasons, but mostly by insanity. That is all.
Very well, you may return back to your desk. We will begin by going through the evidence. We'll bring up the first charge, which is the attempted murder of an emergency worker on duty. Could Mr. Helfen please approach the stand and deliver your remarks in relation to the offence?
Your Worship, if I may, the prosecution would like to present evidence, Jai Gao Part 1, where throughout the first 30 seconds you will clearly see Jai Gao draw his weapon, aim at an officer, and discharge after he is tased twice.
Okay, you're just not gonna get tased? There you go. Fucking not.
Now, with attempted murder on emergency worker,
Why would you shoot?
it is
Jai Gao?
clearly shown Jai Gao discharging that weapon
Why would
at
you shoot
myself,
Jai Gao?
where in all cases, clearly trying to hit me with the projectile bullets. That is all.
Very well, you may return back to your desk. Please, Monsieur LeBlanc, please approach the stand and deliver your remarks in relation to this offence.
Of course. Your Honor, when we review the evidence from a very superficial standpoint, I can understand how the prosecution has come to the conclusion that he is guilty of this charge. But I think what we are forgetting is the context of the situation. Now, Your Honor, we will argue that hang on, my phone. We will argue that our client is innocent for two main reasons. One, he is insane. He is not of sound mind, and we will look at the evidence of that in a moment. But the second argument is that he has been coerced and taken advantage of by the people around him who are well aware of his mental difficulties. What we can see in the first evidence submission of the attempted murder is that really this was a cry for help. He used this opportunity to attempt to kill himself. We would say he was attempting suicide by cop. It was clear,
Objection?
Yes.
Objection, Your Worship?
Yes, please. Under what grounds?
This is violation of federal.
Yes.
Your Honor, if I may, the
Yes.
language being used
is a
Yes, yes.
violation of federal law.
Yes, thank you.
Have I?
I
Okay.
was about to interject on it. In relation to matters that could be classified as a quote-unquote mature theme, I will ask.
Yeah, my bad.
To,
Of course, I will
stray
refrain
away
from
that.
using. Yeah, I will. I withdraw the statement.
Very well.
Of course, I was not aware of that particular language being. Yeah, but that's my bad. Of course,
We'll just pretend it never happened. It'll be stricken from the record, and we'll continue.
I appreciate
so.
it. Okay, well, in that case, I will change my argument slightly. We believe it was, a way for him to get himself out of the situation, right? So he knew that, clearly he was at a disadvantage. The officer had a gun pointed at him already before he discharged his firearm. So realistically, he knew this would send him to hospital, but that was, an option of freedom to be taken to hospital away from the people coercing him, away from the people taking advantage of him. It was a cry for help, and we will argue that this is a contributing factor, a mitigating factor to his innocence. That is all.
Very well. We'll move on to the next charge, indictable possession, carriage, use of a category H handgun without a license / unregistered firearm ×2. Could the prosecution please approach the stand and deliver their regards in relation to this offence?
Your Worship, if I may, the evidence posted at towards the bottom, you're going to see two different photos, both consisting of Jai pockets. For the possession of the handgun ×2, you're going to see two different handguns being issued in Mr. Gau's pockets for both two different scenes. The one dating back earlier today, around 8:40, and the one in recent events occurring with the officers being kidnapped around 10 p.m. As you can see, two different guns were used, which is why the 2 times possession of that handgun has been stated. That is all, Your Honor.
Very well, you may return back to your desk. Could the defence counsellor approach the stand and deliver their regards in relation to this offence?
In relation to the mental images taken of the weapons and the weapon charge, we would just ask the court to consider, how he has been kind of forced into this situation by essentially his captors, and that while he may have had a firearm on his person, we believe the evidence will show that it was not within his mental capacity to consider the legal aspects, and also, the fact that he was being coerced. Thank you.
Very well. We'll move on to the next charge then. Indictable discharge of a firearm in the public / discharging in a reckless manner ×1. Could the prosecution please approach the stand and deliver their remarks in relation to this offence?
Your Worship, again, I'd like to bring your attention to evidence Jai Gao Part 1, where 8 seconds in, you can see Mr. Gao discharge his weapon. I would also like to bring your attention down to the evidence circulating the evidence of the handgun, where you can see a GSR test has been done on the Mr. Gao, stating he has come back GSR positive or gunshot residue positive, stating he has shot a firearm in the past 15 minutes.
May I ask,
That
what
is
is that
all.
GSR receipt?
So in the you have the image of the pockets, you have the image of the Jigar on the floor, and there's a small image to the right. You may have to click on where it's going to
Yes.
expand and showing. Yep, that is all, Your Honor.
Thank you very much. I'm going to return back to your desk. Could the defense counsel approach the stand and deliver their remarks in relation to this offense?
I'll be short and sweet, but I will return to my previous argument that of course he is recklessly discharging his weapon because he is insane, and he is using this as a way, we believe subconsciously, as a way of escaping the situation that he is in.
Objection.
Under what grounds?
On the grounds that he is not denying guilt, he's pleading sanity.
Whoa!
Oh, lawyer's down. Go! Get down! Get down! Get the jump! Get off the chair!
Magistrate,
Yes.
Mr. Magistrate,
You're
get
the-
down! Mr. Magistrate, get
get down, magistrate.
Mr. Magistrate, no!
Oh no! Oh, never mind.
I'm fine. I just fell down some stairs. Get the lawyer out of here.
Yeah, so
Sorry.
anyway, I'll just take some comms, eh?
Some comms, sir.
We'll
Yeah.
go into an effective immediate recess until this shit show has been rectified.
Yeah, right.
Mr.
Due to this
LeBlanc.
being a city issue,
I'll help Jai
I'd
out.
say we.
I didn't know you were a lawyer.
Nothing happened.
Nothing.
we'll just help
It
him
is
up due to this being a
a
city
new
issue.
position.
Let me guess.
Leave one.
Your firm's called LeBlanc Firm.
We do not have an official firm. I'm more of an independent at the moment.
Utte papote.
Can
Utte
I just
papote.
ask, where's Jesse?
Utte papote.
Right here.
Was this a terrorist attack?
What was the grounds on the objection? Just so
This
I
is
Nothing
direct-
happened.
Oh,
Men,
Oh.
Men
There's
in Black
another
are
one.
gonna come in.
There's
And
another
can
one.
just be asking that.
Sounds good.
Mr. Magistrate, get down! Mr. Magistrate, get down!
don't tackle me.
Mr. Magistrate, no! Mr. Magistrate, come with me. We need to get you to safety. Come on. Get out of the building. We need to get you out of the building. Gavel is out of the building. Repeat, Gavel is out of the building. Get us expo. Get us expo. Nah, I'm just joking.
Oh my lord. Oh my.
I'm just kidding.
My, what? My the clicks per second. Oh my. Mamma mia.
I think Jai got orchestrated this just to get himself out of this. Don't sue me. Don't sue me for defamation.
So, as you were asking,
Yes.
the grounds of the objection due to his not pleading, his client is
Another car.
not
You guys
guilty,
alright?
is pleading
You guys are
sanity.
good.
Sorry, just repeat that again. I can't hear over
Um,
the shit. Fuck.
he is not pleading non-guilty. He's pleading the client's sanity.
Yes, it will. It is definitely noted at this time. Poor Sean.
What is happening?
I don't even know.
Can I just suggest a recess?
Well, we are in recess.
Oh, we're in a recess. I didn't hear of
Yeah, I
the
believe
car.
Oh my god. You could have escaped, could you, mate?
Alright,
He was
Dylan,
just playing
can we
a
have
joke
chat?
on you, officer.
He is insane. That's why he
Can we have a
tries.
chat, Dylan.
Yeah, sure. What's up, man?
Don't worry, I saved the magistrate.
That's all.
I'm getting
that
a medal
matters.
for this one.
Order of Australia.
I've just taken him, mate. and I've unlocked
Yeah,
Okay.
my apologies again for the federal law. That was
No, that's fine.
more
No,
of
no, don't worry
ignorance
about
than
it.
anything.
No, just pretend never happened. That's the way to
Of
go
course,
about
of
Yeah,
course.
it's a good.
Hang on,
It's as
mate.
good as gone.
I'm sending
it.
Excellent.
Exactly.
The one thing we do not forgive, though, however, is you didn't do anything when Mr. Magister was in danger. You just sat there.
Yeah.
Hey,
Miss Silver,
You had
Miss
a
Silver,
duty.
Miss Silver, Miss Silver.
I was on the
I
floor.
think we're
Yeah,
good.
I think
he
we're good.
was.
Alright, let's get run back.
Okay,
Wait,
we're good.
except for the fire that's just started. Never mind. Oh my
Oh,
god.
get FRS in here. Oh my god.
Oh no. There's more
Oh, no.
officers down.
Oh,
Oh, it's spreading.
Lexi, it's spreading.
Oh, no.
Oh my god.
Please tell me there is an angel that is seeing this happen and they could potentially give. I think Jai Cow has escaped from federal custody. As soon as you guys are all, there's like this little pathway to hell. Well, this is more ways unequivocally fucked than none.
Am I safe to re-enter the courtroom? Oh.
And so I said, yeah, keep the change because
Yeah,
the bucket of chicken is
absolutely.
enough for me.
This is a delicious burrito.
Very delicious. GYG.
Yeah, everything's fine.
Everything's
Everything's fine.
Everything's good.
Everything's fine. Everything's all right.
Everything's good.
It's just a little hot.
Just a little hot. You know the temperature? It's
Air
just.
conditioning's not working.
Yeah, I can get some ice packs, guys. I can get some ice
Yeah,
packs.
some ice packs would be fucking great. Yeah.
Does anyone want an
Could
ice
someone
pack?
I'll take ice. I'll take some ice cream. Got some
Could
ice cream?
someone please contact fire rescue service?
I reckon.
We'll
we just gotta think
nah,
we just
don't
have
worry.
a
I've
little fire.
yeah.
Just a little fire that's just happened. Nothing more, nothing less.
What do you mean, a little fire? That's
I
I got
reckon
nothing.
that's
Oh,
just
that's
a microwave.
Yeah, that's a microwave.
Is everyone okay?
What? I can't even give you ice packs? That's so sad.
talk about talk about heaters.
Talk about being dead.
Am I right?
The carpet's
Oh, so
clear.
Mr.
Yeah,
Gow.
okay.
Oh,
shit.
Are you okay,
I don't
sir?
feel safe.
Oh shit.
You,
Is everyone
it's
all good?
To be honest, I was deep in thought.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. I can't see anything. My
Yeah,
my
I
eyes
was-
were burned out.
Gentlemen, we'll just
I'm
keep
okay.
it as
I was deep in thought, so.
there's still
Oh, you're
fire
okay.
in
That's
my
good too.
eyes.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I think it's spreading to us. I think it's spreading over here.
No, it's.
I don't know. Oh, never
Guys.
mind.
Can we be
I
let
can't
in,
see
please?
anything.
All
Are my eyes still
So
closed?
yeah,
to you?
keeping the defense away.
The fire's going down, guys.
Okay,
Alright,
let's,
bring it
let's
back up.
continue.
I'm gonna go get
Where's
Mr.
Dane?
Gow.
No worries. Alright. Ladies and gentlemen,
Alrighty,
the
nothing
court
happened.
will be back in session on the 7th of February 2025 at 11:54 p.m. in the continued case of the Crown v. Gow. We've heard the objection by lead count by Mr. Jesse Alphen Jr. It is duly noted when it comes to the reasonings made by the defense in relation to quote unquote state of mind. It is duly noted and it will be considered during judgment and verdict. Apart from that, I believe Mr. Gow is back in business, so we'll continue as such.
Monsieur
Oh,
Gao,
yeah,
return to your
yeah.
seat, Monsieur Gao.
I'm a
Mr.
You
bar.
must present
Mr.
yourself
Mr.
in
Gao.
a timely manner. Come on.
Very well.
No, if we may take this moment to immediately move to have all charges dismissed based on the case of malicious prosecution. So the prosecutor admitted that he was the victim of one of the alleged crimes. This is a completely ridiculous miscarriage of justice. That the prosecutor and the men gathering evidence would be the same men who was the alleged victim. He cannot be seen to have a fair or impartial or even objective state of mind when prosecuting.
It is a very good point. However, the reason why he is in this chair is due to other factors beyond our control.
I was not this man deserves a fair trial. It is not his fault. There is not enough prosecutors. This is ridiculous.
I understand your perspective where you're coming from. However, that motion is currently denied at this time. We will move on to the next charge in question. If both councils, if we want to revisit the discharge of a firearm in the public place / discharging in a reckless manner, if we have covered that basis in its entirety, we will continue to the next charge. Is that all fine with both councils?
Fine with
From the
defense.
prosecutor.
Very well. Could the prosecution please approach the stand and deliver their remarks in relation to the charge of indictable possession, carriage, trafficking, or use of a drug of dependence / psychoactive substance in a commercial quantity ×1. You may begin.
Your Worship, again, I'm going to bring you to the evidence shown of Mr. Jai Gao's pockets in the first submission of them. You can see the 107 oxycodone. I believe the Nikki I do not currently have on me. It's in my evidence box. This was again seen earlier today on the around 9-10 p.m. I would say, just a rough estimate. Seen being possessed by Mr. Gao during the fact of the accusations. And that is all, Your Honor.
Very well. Could Monsieur LeBlanc please approach the stand and deliver your remarks in relation to the offence?
Merci, Your Honor. In regards to this offense, I would just reference our previous arguments. I won't want to repeat myself too many times, so I'm sure the defense and the prosecutor and Your Honor, you're aware of what I have been arguing so far. So for the moment, no comment on this particular offense.
Just to confirm with counsel, you are using your defences in relation to counts 1, 2, 3, and 4, and you are continuing
Correct.
that line very well. We will move to the next charge. Engage in a police pursuit / evade police ×2. Could the prosecution please approach the stand and deliver your remarks in relation to the offences?
So, Your Worship, I was just locating the evidence. I would like to bring your attention to evidence clip 3, where around dated time. 1 second, I'm gonna check the time for you. Please ×2.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
I actually kidnapped.
12 seconds into this body cam, you
Just
can
to quickly interject, which clip were you referring to, just for confirmation?
So the latest clip sent, clip 3, it's titled. 12 seconds into this body cam of the officer Sean Wallace, you'll be able to see Jai Gao fleeing, driver of the vehicle fleeing, engaging in the pursuit.
The evidence is noted.
That is all, Your Honor.
In relation to both counts?
Yes, Your Honor.
Very well. Could Monsieur LeBlanc please approach the stand and deliver your remarks in relation to the offences alleged?
Merci. Your Honor, I would like to take this moment to direct you to the clip 1, the third clip posted of the same interaction, from 0 seconds to 6 seconds, where the man who we will allege who has been coercing our client and using his insanity against him and for their own financial gain. He clearly states, "I am the boss," when asked by I believe, the officer
Whoever
over
else
there.
would like to attach at the end.
And we would like to submit this as evidence that he was not in control of the situation, nor was it of his own free will. And if we return
Go
to
for it.
also
And
the clip
over-
3, which we previously just viewed, we can see that our client was put into the driver's seat. Now,
Okay.
why would he be driving
Whoever
if
else
he
would
was
like to-
not the ringleader, the boss, in control? You know, bosses, they like to be in control of things, including vehicles. And we would argue that this is because he was being forced into the situation, and this is how they could keep a gun trained to the back of his head while he drove away. Thank you, Your Honor.
Very well. We will move to the next count. Indictable failure to abide by firearm prohibition order tier 2. Time's up by 1. Can someone please remove the member of the gallery? Did you just commit murder in my courtroom?
Sir.
This is terrible.
Can we have the individual found with contempt and murder, considering he murdered someone in my courtroom by the looks of it?
These are the true criminals.
We will proceed as
If
normal.
only the police could arrest the right people, huh?
No, but the
Oh, I
prosecution
don't-
is too busy.
I don't appreciate these interjections. We'll have the police prosecutor please approach the stand and deliver your remarks in relation to the offence that you allege against Mr. Gow.
Your Worship, FBOs are acquired by either 3 attachments, 3 firearm-related offences, or an attempted murder of an officer with a firearm. Now, to breach an not only is it any firearm-related offence, it is also evading police. Mr. Gow is informed of this, or was informed of this, when he was read his cautioning for once he got his FBO. Now, Mr. Gow is on a tier 2 with 2 strikes. That means he's facing multiple offences of firearm related offences during his FBO acquired. In both clip Jai Gow Part 1, you will see him not only possessing the firearm, discharging the firearm, and shooting a firearm in the direction of an officer. We can also relay back to clip 3 where he evades police. All significant breaches of this tier 2 FBO that he is currently on. Those are your honor.
Very well. Could Monsieur Leblanc please approach the stand and deliver your remarks in relation to the offences alleged?
Of course. Well, firstly, I would argue that he is not in sound enough of mind to even consider the fact that he was provided a firearm prohibition order. I think it is a failure of the state to not recognize the mental health position that he was in when he was provided this prohibition order. And so I would refer to the defense evidence that I submitted at 11:15 p.m. He is clearly shown dancing and playing music in a cell where he knows he is about to, be in a court case that may determine the rest of his life. And I believe no sound man would be dancing and playing music in a cell. And this is evidence towards the fact that the state has not provided the care that he has been required, basically.
I'm going to ask the accused to stop making questionable actions with his body in this court. The defense is very much well noted. We will move to the next charges of indictable kidnapping of EMS/police times up by 2. Could the prosecution please approach the stand and deliver your remarks in relation to the offences alleged?
Your Worship, I'm going to bring you to the evidence, both clip 1 and 2, where it is clearly shown Mr. Gao having weapons aimed at officers with their hands up. I'm also going to bring you to the third body cam submitted just underneath part 2, where you can see Mr. Gao admitting to kidnapping at least 4 officers and potentially killing one of the officers.
What pieces of evidence are you specifically referring to, just for the record?
Just under Jai part 2, it's going to be GTA V.
Hey,
there's
yo,
no
makes it
specific
fair.
name for it. The third body cam submitted into the evidence submissions.
Very well. Any particular timestamp?
No, you want to get on your knees, my officer?
Yeah, it's not letting me actually.
Just throughout the whole body cam, starting from the first second to finishing around the 9th second.
Just give me 1 minute.
Hey, yo,
The demand this afternoon is going to be that we're going to take this vehicle right here.
take
And
this
free
vehicle.
passage, no spikes.
Yeah, sure. Free passage, no spikes in this vehicle right here.
Sorry, just give me 1 minute left. 1 second.
You have to
And the
take my
vehicle
line.
is tracked, so let's just approve it. You know, it makes it fair.
Your Worship, I would also like to bring up the
Yeah,
fact
you wanna
this
get on-
was stated in the cells of our VPC 900,
knees,
where
my
his caution
officer?
was read. Anything he says
Yeah, it's not
or
letting me
anything
actually.
he does or says may be used against him in evidence.
Yep.
That is all, Your
Do you have
Worship.
any timestamp? Do you have any evidence of such statements being made after caution?
No, Your Worship.
Very well. We return back to your desk. Could Monsieur LeBlanc please approach the stand and deliver your remarks in relation to the offences alleged?
Of course. Once again, we will return to the
Yes,
you know
Prince,
our
already.
argument that they have been, you know, he has not been sound of mind for a long time, and we believe that he has been largely coerced. He is getting himself into these situations, the hospital, the cells, places that are away from the people who have coerced him, and we believe this is a cry for help because he has been unable to be aided by the state, for any of his previous offenses, which I'm sure there are many, and that is all.
Very well. Move to the next count. Indictable, aiding and abetting. Could the prosecutor please approach the stand and deliver their remarks in relation to the offences alleged?
Your Worship, in both body cam clip 1 and clip 2 evidence submissions, I'd like to bring you to. You can see Mr. Gao not only kidnapping or taking an officer hostage, you can also see him helping his fellow friends, you could say, or accomplices with the kidnapping of this officer. So not only doing it, but helping others continue and get out of their charges. That is all, Your Honor.
Very well. To the defence, can you please approach the stand and deliver your remarks in relation to the offences alleged?
Well, we reject the prosecution's allegation that it is a friend or an accomplice. We would obviously restate that we believe the evidence is clear that it has been more of a coercive group of people. And for the moment, that is all. Merci.
Very well. In relation to indictable, entering a place without authority or lawful excuse in brackets, trespassing government property and brackets ×1. Could the prosecution please approach the stand and deliver your remarks in relation to the offences alleged?
Your Worship, I'd like to make the motion to drop the trespassing charge.
well. The court reflects the dismissal of the single count of indictable entering a place without authority or lawful excuse ×1. We'll move to the final charge of tonight: assault on the frontline / protected worker ×1, an indictable offence. Could the prosecution please approach the stand and deliver your remarks in relation to the offence?
One second, Your Honor, just while I locate the body cam. Your Honor, in VPC cells, I will not be referencing any body cam submitted. Just before the client was taken down to the courtroom, both you and the defense was present when Mr. Jigao repeatedly punched one of my officers, stating muscle spasm. Now, stating muscle spasms tend to happen once or twice, but as you were present along with this lawyer or the defense, you would have seen Mr. Gao punching the officer multiple times. That is all.
Very well. Could the defense lawyer please approach the stand and deliver any remarks in relation to the offence alleged?
My question is, who would do this? Who, knowing that they are about to attend court, knowing that they are surrounded by hundreds of police officers and lawyers, and even the magistrate that would be presiding over his court case,
Objection, speculation.
who would assault an officer?
Overruled.
And I will tell you who: an insane man. A man who has no presence of mind, a man who cannot control his own actions.
His statements are baseless.
Subconsciously, it was a muscle spasm.
Cancel. I will sustain that objection on the grounds that they are indeed. We'll move on from that statement, so to speak. You may continue.
Very well. Well, that is all.
Very well. You may return back to the desk. Could the prosecution please approach the stand and deliver any final remarks or closing statement in relation to the indictment against Mr. Gao, my apologies.
Sorry, may you repeat on it? My ears were breaking.
Do you have any closing statements or remarks you wish to deliver to this court in relation to the indictment against Mr. Gao?
Your Worship, as the defense has brought up multiple times, claiming the recent events that have occurred today were due to mental health issues or saneness. However, sanity, there you go. However, we have yet to be provided any medical documents of any sanity. And within the past 12 pages of his charges, not a single time has this been mentioned. This is the first I'm hearing of any sanity within Mr. Jigao, and I have processed him multiple times. That is all, Your Honor.
Very well. Could the defense lawyer, if you have any closing statements or any remarks you wish to deliver to this court, you may deliver them now if you so please.
This is not irrelevant. There's been no medical document.
Because the fact he can bring it up anytime he wants. He's been arrested before. Who's to say he didn't develop over time?
Your Honor, tonight you have witnessed a prosecution so blinded by his own dark retribution, they have ignored the truth right in front of his eyes. He says there is no medical evidence that he is insane. Well, the state has failed him. He has been protested multiple times by this man. This man has his eyes on him, wants retribution, and yet he has failed to give him the care he needs, the help to improve as a person. He has left him out for the wolves, and for his associates. Tonight, this evening, we have shown that Jai was coerced and controlled by his associates. All this time, he has been crying for help, and the state has failed him. Even when he was taken back from the police, his friends were not concerned for his safety. They were concerned with the chance that he would alert police to their own dark crimes. They broke him out of hospital when he was in critical condition, so damaged by gunshots and surgery, he could not even walk. They risked his life not for his freedom, but for their own selfish interests. No sane man would fight an officer with a weapon trained on him, Your Honor. No sane man would admit to taking officers hostage. No sane man would be dancing before his trial or wear white in celebration of his freedom. Jai is not sane. He is not guilty. Merci.
Very well. Call into a brief recess as judgment and verdict is prepared.
Mr. Gow, please sit down. Not up here, my lad.
Sitting. He told me to sit. I'm sitting.
Is this not more evidence that he is insane?
It is possibly the evidence of someone being a smart ass. It's not my place to say.
Yep.
Hello, everyone.
He's proceeded to sit in the judge's chair.
Well, that says enough. In relation to the counts, the only two counts I'm currently, make sure they can hear me. The kidnapping of EMS / police times 2, the only evidence that was pointed out was him kidnapping a singular police officer.
Oh, would you look at this? Sorry, by my.
That was.
Now that is something.
And in addition to the engagement, police pursuit / police, the only evidence mentioned was a single clip of him engaging in a police pursuit ×1. So, on both of those counts, one of each will be found guilty, the other one found not guilty. The rest will also all stand as well.
So, kidnapping of EMS, engage in police pursuit, and discharge of a firearm shall be one of two. And what of aiding and abetting?
Oh, sorry, my voice box isn't on. The prosecution alleges that it was involving in the engaging in the police pursuits and being essentially co-conspirators to everything, and co-accused for that fact. The only issue is that just raises a question of the compounding nature of that charge in itself, whether he's been currently double charged.
I believe that you should be fined to half ×2 ×1 for all mentioned charges. Discharge of a firearm, do you believe... I missed the start of this, I will be honest. I was dealing with something. That will be entirely on your call, as I did miss the start of this case.
It will be beyond reasonable doubt.
Very well.
Determined that.
In that case, that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 out of, 11 charges? Because I believe aiding and abetting, given his long list here already, I believe there's no reason for that to need to stand.
Yes, that's what the compounding nature of it. That's what I was going to mention. But otherwise,
Honestly, this is beautiful. This brings a tear to my eye.
My little list.
Yes, your little list. You've been far more analytical than any other magistrate before you. Congratulations.
Well, thank you very much, Your Honor. I'll go make some jargon and get down to verdict.
Yeah, wonderful. I wonder if he's still in your chair.
Probably. I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh, no, he's sitting.
It will be a shame if he goes to prison. He will just recommit
Why
when
are
he
you
comes
poking
out.
Mr. Gow?
Hello.
You can be
Hello
handcuffed
there.
as well.
Court will be back in session at 12:21 a.m. on the 8th of February 2025.
That's now.
In the judgment and verdict of Mr.
The officer?
Jai
It's
okay.
Gow.
I
You
can
stood
stay
too
in cuffs.
close. Apologies. Trying to get Jai out of cuffs.
I'll get him.
Oh,
Hang on, that's assault.
mercy,
Okay,
mercy.
Muscle.
This was a muscle
spasm.
spasm.
My own lawyer. Nah, muscle spasm.
Before I begin my verdict, I'm just going to touch on a couple of things I've noticed at this case, namely with the defense. The argument proposed as a defense was the claim of insanity. However, throughout this case, I haven't seen a singular piece of medical documentation to support that claim, or secondly, a member of Melbourne Ambulance Services to actually testify, a medical professional, so to speak, about his alleged insanity. Generally speaking, we would need that high standard to find an individual not guilty on those counts, but beyond that, it's probably further noted in general that these charges as they stand, they're there for a reason, and the severity of such is definitely stated with good merit and good base. I believe that's all my comments in relation before we continue, and for the count of entering a place without authority or lawful excuse, that would just simply all be stricken from the record. That will not be referenced in my verdict. Mr. Jai Gao, can you please approach the stand? Mr. Jai Gao, on count 1 of the indictment, attempted murder of an emergency worker on duty, I find you guilty. On count 2 of the indictment, the possession, carriage, of use of a Category H firearm without a license / unregistered firearm, on 2 counts, Mr. Jai Gao, I will find you guilty. On count 3 of the indictment, discharge of a firearm in the public / discharging in a reckless manner times 1, Mr. Jai Gao, I will find you guilty. On count 4,
I've been around the world a couple of times and maybe more. Seen the sights, I've had delights on every foreign shore. But when my mates all ask me the place that I adore, I tell them right away. What do we tell them?
Here we go.
Give me a home among the gum trees, with lots of plum trees. A sheep or two, a kangaroo, a clothesline out the back, veranda out the front, and an old rocking chair. You can see me in the kitchen cooking up a roast or Vegemite on toast, just you and me, a cup of tea. Later on we'll settle down and go out on the porch and watch the possums play. Give me a home among the gum trees, with lots of plum trees. A sheep or two, a kangaroo, a clothesline out the back, veranda out the front, and an old rocking chair. There's a Safeways up the corner and a Woolies down the street, and a brand new place they've opened up, but they regulate the heat. But I trade them all tomorrow for a little bush retreat with a kookaburra's call. Give me a home among the gum trees, with lots of plum trees. A sheep or two, a kangaroo, a clothesline out the back, veranda out the front, and an old rocking chair. Up we go. Some people like their houses with fences all around. Others live in mansions and some beneath the ground. But me, I like the bush, you know, with rabbits running round and a pumpkin vine out the back.
Here we go. Are we all ready?
Give me a home
among the gum trees, with lots of plum trees. A sheep or two, a kangaroo, a clothesline out the back, veranda at the front, and an old rocking chair.
Give me a home.
Here we go, home among the gum trees, with lots of plum trees. A sheep or two, a kangaroo, out the back, veranda out the front, and an old rocking chair. Beautiful.
Mr. Gao.
Thank you for that, everyone.
We'll talk about your actions at the very end. In relation to the next count, possession, carry, trafficking, or use of a drug or dependence of psychoactive substance of a commercial quantity times 1, I will find you guilty. On count 5, engage in police pursuit / obey police times 2. Mr. Jaiguar, on count 1 of the said charge, I will find you guilty. However, on count 2, I will find you not guilty. On count 6, failure to abide by firearm prohibition order tier 2, I'll find you guilty. On count 7, on the first count of kidnapping of EMS / police, I will find you guilty, but on count 2, I will find you not guilty. On count 8, indictable, aiding and abetting times 1. Given the compounding nature of the charge in relation to everything else and the arguments presented towards the conviction of that charge, I will find you not guilty. On count 10, assault on a frontline / protected worker times 1, I will find you guilty. On administrative charge 11, court disrupting court proceedings, indictable. 100 weeks and $1 million fine shall be sanctioned against Mr. Gao for the disruptive nature of the MP4 that was played during my judgment and verdict.
Objection.
There's no more time for objections. Given the nature of the defendant's actions, I will offer a 10% reduction. Otherwise, court is now adjourned.